Hello and welcome back to Vintage Farming, and welcome to a beautiful June morning as well. Right, here we are with our lovely ducks. We did have some eggs. I did shift some over in the end of the last, but I will be a bit cheeky. There we go. Shift those out of the way. Happy days, and it looks like we have a great demand at manure and compost sales. Now, for what? Would it be manure? Because we could sell some, but no, it looks like it might be compost. Where is compost here? I'm sure they do take other things as well, but yeah, there it is. Right, nevertheless, we don't have compost, so it doesn't matter. Right, the ducks do need some food, so we will get that sorted first thing. As you can see, yes, we are in June. We were in May in the last episode, so we do have some feeding to tend to. But other than that, I think everything is going really swimmingly, and we might even have to pop through June to July to get other things done. But we do have a few things to do in June. Right, let's have a look at the cow. So they could do with moist food, but why? Ah, they just have to be... Oh, I see. Well, that's a bit silly. Right, okay. Happy days. So, for the cows, moisture food should be for the 33,750. It should read as follows. Base food is 13,500. Roughage is 10,000. Should be 10,000. Moisture food is 7,000, or again should be, and power food 3,500. So power food is bang on the money. Moisture food can be raised almost double. Roughage about a third, and then base food is a bit high by about 6,000. So we will keep an eye on that. It's good to know that things are working swimmingly, though. Very pleased with that. As for the ducks, we will easily feed them a bit of rye. Maybe not so easily. Right, so the silage is also done. I do want to clean up that chaff that spilled out. It is in the ground, so I can't actually pick it up. So I will probably credit back 1,000 litres if it is. I don't remember having having an issue picking some stuff up, but that has been very difficult. So it must just be part of the ground now, which I don't mind. It kind of adds a bit of I suppose, I don't know, kind of looks like it should be there like that, but it does look pretty bad as well. We'll get it sorted. There's no rush to open this because the cows do not need any base food, and there's a trailer full of chaff here waiting to go. Yeah, 17,000 litres ready to go, and yeah, it's just a matter of time before we can put that into the pit. Right, what else do we have to check on? We do have to fertilize and weed 18, which is our potato field. Got spuds over here. They are looking lovely, absolutely lovely, and I still can come in with all tires and tracks, which is great. This field here, I have mentioned about wanting to buy it. It is a pea field that we do not own, but it's right in the middle of our other fields, and we don't have quite enough money for it, but I have potentially thought of a plan. So 105, it's call it £34,000. It is growing. Now, when will peas be ready? August. So I do have time. In July, millet does hit its max value, which is 17,000, which is more than enough that we would need to buy the field. If we bought the field, we could then fertilize it before it's ready to harvest, have a 100% fertilized crop, harvest it, sell those peas, and then put whatever we want into that field after we combine it with 19. Sorry, 19 and 20 is the plan. Maybe 21, perhaps. But then essentially I'll have 2 or 3 larger fields, which I think would be fantastic, because we don't really need much more than some wheat or something for the chickens, and or the ducks rather, and then for the cows it's grass and then a few extra bits, really, grass in hay and silage, of course. But we could also do another bout of whole crop silage, as we did with the rye. We could do some maize silage, get a different header. We do have the new harvest, which I wonder what it would be actually. Sorry, I am kind of faffing a bit, but I'm curious before we crack on with the jobs for the day. So this is what we have. Combinations for it are as follows. So I reckon this one, this one here is for corn. I don't think, yeah, it's the only one that can do corn. That's fine though. Yeah, and then that can pick everything up. So we could pick up everything with that straw as well. All the different straws. These are all different kinds of straw. There's many, many different kinds, as you can see. Well, I would imagine that's for all different kinds of straw, because we do have different straw. Anyways, we are going to get into the... Well, actually, we'll get into our lorry. We'll kick it off with our brand new slurry spreader, which is absolutely fantastic. So I won't do much of it in a time-lapse, because we did a bunch in the last episode. But we do have to get 21 and 18 all fertilized. But yes, I am very pleased with this purchase. Very, very pleased indeed. Yeah, we'll go out this gate. A bit easier to enter the field. Right, with the, there we go, the first person camera, it's like a mod, first person mod. Yeah, it does take a minute to load in the first time you go into first person mode, so. Right, I do like how this looks as well, looks quite nice. It's very simple, but it's proper vintage, right? Okay, here we are at field 18, the spud field. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to cover the whole field. And we're not destroying anything. Perfect. This is why we want to get all slurrying done before we do any sort of other work in the field. Right, we'll just do this side first. I'm not too fussed about doing that side and then getting a bit of that other field, because we might be buying it, so we have to fertilize it anyways. Look at that flax. Oh, it's stunning. It's just so bright and vibrant. Hey, maybe we should get an oil mill and focus on doing more flax. Do a big field of flax, who knows? Right, just get spun round. Oh, beautiful. Now we'll cover down this side. Did we miss some? No, I think we're doing alright. Should probably... Oh, we can't see, right. Well, let's have a check just before we do get all excited. Ah, brilliant. It is working swimmingly, so we will go here. I don't... Completely missed. That must just be grass. I don't think there's field there, because I went all the way up. So I'll just do this, and then we'll hop into 21. I'll do a double application, so it might be fairly quick. I might do just a bit of a montage for that versus a full-on time-lapse, so that we can crack on with the other jobs. Right, so as you can see, we are not ready to fertilize this field. We actually have straw in it. I completely forgot that we had straw in this field, so I think that has to be priority number 1, doesn't it? Right, I think the combine, I should move it over just a touch, but it is fine to stay in the field for now, because we are going to be harvesting the wheat very soon, and then yeah, we'll be moving on to the flax. We've got lots of harvesting to do, just not this month. Right, I completely forgot about the bales. Right, so we do have to tend to that, and then plane flying over. We do also have to fertilize 18, so that has to get done today, absolutely, but the baling does as well. Well, actually, it's not a big deal to fertilize this just yet, so I think we should probably, yeah, we'll go with the Z tour again. We'll get it very quickly weeded. It should only take a few moments. We'll just spray it very quickly. I believe we have herbicide. Oh yes, plenty. Right, we'll get this done very quickly, and then we will get connected to the baler, and we'll get baling. Right, well, here we are nearing the end of all the straw baling. Happy days, and we'll get turned around. There are... oh my. Thank you, mate. Oh, don't you dare honk at me. Right, there's some missed bits, but I can't see it making a huge difference. Like, that section was, yeah, 1%. I'd need about 40 more, 50 more of those. And I don't think I have them. I will go around and collect what I can. This baler is... it seems problematic. I don't know why. Like, I know I've had issues in the past with it, but it just seems very slow to start. This isn't really much of a hill. And I don't think we're over... yeah, 60. 105. Yeah, even with the Z tour, it seemed alright. Let's just have a very quick look. Because we've had this for a while. We've had this from the beginning. So it's very possible that we could look at something a bit different. But it is just a nice price. This one's 5,000. But it does go 12 kph. So it is slower. But this one's only going 12 as it is. So this one would at least be bigger bales. It does say 90. That's a very possible thing as well. It does look proper vintage. And we can customize it fairly well. Color-wise, we can do, well, a few things. Pretty much the same. Can we do rims red? There we go, it's the exact same baler we have now. Class what? Yeah, right. So that's possibly something to look into. It's very inexpensive, so we'd get a bit of money back from our current baler, but I'd probably buy this first. But again, we're trying to buy that field, so I don't want to rush any sales. We do have the other small balers as well, but anyways, we'll crack on. I will get these missed bits collected, and then we'll move on. Alright, well, we've got ourselves all set up here to collect some bales, and yeah, I know I've brought a bale trailer with bales on to collect bales, which I know seems a bit silly, but we don't really have anywhere to store those bales, and I really am tempted to get a small shed for bales. I think that would just kind of make sense for us. Am I just pushing this bale around? Want to go in the bale. There we are. We probably can get 2, actually. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for 2. Without destroying the wheat crop, of course, so I've made a big mess of this. But yes, we will get the wheat harvested in, I want to say August. I don't think July has... I think that's a bit soon. Yeah, I believe all of our crops are August or later. But that's fine, because we do have some grass that we have to get turned to hay. So that will be what we do in August. Right, this has turned absolutely... there we go. Just go for it. Just go for it. So we've got 5 in total, which is not bad. I think one of which I will put directly into the cows' area so that they can get some straw in. And hopefully it doesn't have to be... oh, you know what? I wonder if they'll take it as... oh, let's find that. I wonder if they'll take it as food. I suppose we could find out. No, they won't. That's good. It's only legume straw that they'll take, so soybean straw, essentially, that they'll take as food. So that's good. That's fine. Right, we'll crack on with these other bales, and then I'll get that one put into the cows. So it should take the straw. Ah, perfect. So it's filled up their trough, I reckon. And yeah, happy days, perfect. So we could actually put almost all of them in there, really. What else do we need straw for? 0 things. So we might as well produce manure. And then, as I say, I do want to invest in that BGA. Ah, bloody hell. Do I want the BGA first, or do we want that field? I don't think we need to rush that field. now that I think about it. I do remember I wanted to do the BGA. I'm very tempted to do the BGA on a couple of playthroughs because it just seems like such a brilliant thing, and it's something I've never done, so why not do it all at once? Definitely on this series though, because it was my initial plan. So yes, we will have a proper look at that. Now, did I already add it in? Oh, I probably did, and you're like, yes mate, you've shown us, right, carry on. But I will find it again. It's just little, and yes, I know there's little, oh right, because one had the refueling, and I believe the refueling is for, now where is it again, the difference? There it is. It's a charging station. But it's for, I believe that's, is it methane refueling? Don't know. Anyways, it is way too big for this space, so that's why I was thinking potentially it could go in sort of, but even that's too big. Where was I going to put this bloody thing? Well, might have to invest in a small space then. Right, I know I was looking at some smaller fields here. There's a small field here, but that's well, I suppose that could work. We could buy the cheapest, smallest little plot of land possible. I was looking at some of them. Just to have even a small production area. That's what I did say in the past as well. That's 26,000 and it's a full-on field. There are some very small ones, but they're quite far away. I don't think there's anything... Can I buy that? I can't. That's too bad. You know what would be cool, and I've mentioned this, I think I've already said this, is to buy a forested area and turn it into something, but that is a lot of effort as well. Oh, that must be like a cemetery or something. Yeah, that's alright. Yeah, I still think, like, for that price, though, even, we could turn 103 into a bloody, into a production area, but again, it's quite a big field. I feel it would be a waste. Do you know what I mean? So we'll have to look into that. Don't know what to do. We don't have to rush into it because we still have to sell the millet, but I would like to turn all of this poop and future poop. So there's 11,000 litres here. There is 2,000 litres there. Lord knows how many litres inside the cows, with all this straw that we're going to give them. And then the manure that we have from before, which is about 4,500 litres. So that turned into money and digest it, I think is a better option. I think we need a production. Because technically we don't have any, do we? We don't have any productions. Nah, we haven't. So I think that'd be a good idea to get that our first production as a BGA. So it's about £55,000. So we're off by a fair few bob. But we do have money coming in from the millet and the eggs eventually. Silage very soon, well, eventually as well. Primarily that. We do have contract options, but they're not... Right, where's field 9? Look at this fella. Hello, Eric. Let's see, where's your field 9? It's probably massive, isn't it? 9, 8, and then they disappear. Oh, it's right there. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. Kind of baling do you need, Dan and mate? Oh, you need wrapping. Wrapping is a different story, pal. I don't know. I'd have to lease out wrapper, and we don't really have a proper vintage wrapper safe for that, which is really not effective. I mean, it's very effective. It wraps bales, but it's just... It's a bit annoying to load them. But we could do them. That's a possibility. We'll consider that. We will consider that if we don't have enough. First thing though, I do need to... Well, yeah, I'll leave this here. We'll bring the trailer in, and we'll put a bit more straw into their area. I hope that manure pit can handle more manure. Maybe we'll just leave it on the trailer for now. But yeah, we'll get that sorted, and then we'll move on. Alright, now we're finally slurrying our field, and I will stick with a single application for now. We do have quite a reach actually on that side. There we are. Look at that. Oh wow, we've really been... Yeah, we got to take advantage of that. It goes so much further over the sides. That's brilliant. We'll get it done in 2 passes. I have opted though for a single application, just because we can do it again later. We're not in any big rush for it, and I wanted to get it done in June. At least 1 application, just to get it done this month. I have had a bit of a ponder as well, as I was just kind of getting things sorted. So there is a BGA on the map. The only problem with it is that it's not vintage at all. It is very new, and it's very big, and it's over £500,000. So I have decided to not buy that one, but I do like the concept of it being a bit further away. It's not a production you would normally have sort of on your farm, at least a very small farm like mine, so it should be somewhere else, somewhere away. And I would like to put a bit of a production sort of complex together, a small area, very small, like I can't stress how small of an area. So I will show you what I'm thinking. I kind of already did briefly, it kind of sparked an idea. Let's have a look at this first, see how we're doing. Right, so that's already been double application, I guess I should say. There seems to be a bit of misbit over there, so we'll just get that, but this is all done here, so once we go over it again, it won't need any on that bit that's been done. Right, so we'll just get this small area here, might as well get it done properly, even if it's not, yeah, it's alright. Wonderful. Alright, so that is done, and we had a full tanker, so we used about 6,500 litres. Not bad at all. So we'll just leave that there for now, and here we'll go up to, so the BJ is all the way up here. Now, it's a cool area, it's very nice. I do still like the idea of burrowing out some trees. Maybe not these, because it's in between some fields, but some trees. There's no area. 153 is a bit. I didn't actually look at 153. This area here. Right. That seems a bit strange, because we're right next to this person's sort of property. Yeah, I don't think I would opt for this one, but there are. We'll just have a little mosey. There are these fields just on the other side here, and these ones are quite good because they're very small, and yeah, here we are. They're just off this main road here, which is nice. So we can come in off this main path all the way from the farm with our lorry. So one of you have to make a decision. He's crossing the road, mate. Oh. Traffic jam. Right. This would be a really nice area. So there's this field of millet currently growing, and then there's this field of sunflowers currently growing. So this one's probably cheaper by a bit. I'm going to say £5,000 cheaper. Actually, no, 3,000. They're the same price. Okay, never mind. So for the price of this field of, where is it, 105, we could get 2 small fields. I would start with maybe 1. I was thinking 67, and we could harvest whatever crop is there, so it would be sunflowers in this case. I would prefer millet, of course, because it is going to make quite a bit of money, but no matter, we could possibly get both. I'm even considering pulling a loan for the production only, because then any money that we get from the production immediately goes back into the production to pay for it. I think that's the only way I can justify doing a loan, so we'll see. But construction, production, here we are. So we'll just opt for the one without the refueling for now, just because I don't know what we'd be refueling. I'll have to test it out. But I was thinking something like, yeah, right there. We have these lines that we have to be cautious of, because it does hit the top. It does hit the top of the BJ, it seems. So I think like this would be fine, because we have a nice big open space here we can turn into a yard, and then eventually put production here, here, here maybe, and have a small complex of productions. As you can see, the old general mill is quite big, but it can fit right there, right, nice and maybe tight there. And then I don't know what else we were considering. What other ones were we considering? We have the grain mill, so that one can go like there even, right? So they could be quite tight, but still there. The winery, we could even put that somewhere else as well. That could be on the farm. I don't mind that being on the farm. Fermenting tower, right? The oil mill, so that's another one that's fairly large, right? But it could still Right, go there or something. Just got to watch the power lines there, the lines crossing the field. Spinnery, that kind of thing. So there's lots of options for factories. I've gone over these before, but just to show you how they fit in this space, that could still go on the farm, the improvised area. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. Because then we could have production area here, a little bit of a storage space. That's what could go under this. Right here is a bit of a storage shed for all the different pallets we might be accruing from our productions. Brilliant. Right, so if we head back over to the farm area, June is done. We have nothing more we can really do in June. The animals are fed. Nothing to sell. Fields are all either harvested or I suppose they could be drilled. We could put in soybeans, alfalfa, clover, grapes. Actually, soybeans isn't a bad shout. Perhaps we could do soybeans still in July. Right, or perhaps we could do it this month, because we do have, well, maybe we'll wait, because then we'll have 20 harvested potentially in July as well. Yeah, it should be. So that might work out. We could do these two fields even together. We'll see. We've got lots on in that respect also, so we'll have to look at everything, and then we can move on. Right, well, as you can see, we're just overlooking our fields here, most of our fields. We still have the pea field here, of course, which remains undecided. It's very possible we'll purchase it, because, I mean, it just completes things so well. Do you know, it does. It would really complete that, and then 118 eventually, or 24 as it is. So that is all good. I think June is done, though. I really don't think. I think we can rest for the rest of June. The ducks have food, so they're fine. Cows are fed as well. Everything crop-wise is either growing, or this is ready to harvest, but it'll be ready to harvest proper in the next month. I think we might have a busy July, because we'll have wheat. That'll be ready in 20. 14 through 16 may be ready with the flax. I don't know how soon. Yeah, it says as early as July. Now I think we can make oil with the flax, but I think we might sell it about £2,000 per 1,000 litres. It's alright price-wise. Other than that, we've got, yeah, just peas. So I think, I know I've hummed and hawed about this a lot, but I might end up selling the crops and then purchase that field. And we can always look at that BGA style setup in the future, but no matter. Right, I'm going to just top up the... right, this was from failed experiment with the before we switch mixes, so I might try and use some landscaping, get rid of that. It doesn't look terribly out of place with all the other grass, but nevertheless, we'll get the animals fed here, the ducks all topped up with some lovely, lovely rye. While we do that, we'll just have a quick look as well at everything that we have. Potatoes, we've got everything going. Oh, millet is good now. See, that's very cheeky. It says July, and it might go up, but I reckon it won't. I reckon this is the best time for it now. Because it's already higher than, if you look, it's already higher than the max value. So let's do it. Zenic Martiniac. Where is that? Let's tag it. Main complex is down there. Oh, there it is. All the way over there. It's the furthest away we'll have ever been. So yeah, I'll probably do a cheeky time-lapse down this little road. Make our way... Probably this road here, actually. I'll have to keep the map so I don't end up going all the way down. But yeah, alright. So now the ducks have some rye. We can pop it away into the silo, and we'll collect our millet, which should fit in the truck here, no problem at all. Right, well, I'm glad I checked that, because then if we sell that millet, we might just have enough to be able to afford the field of peas, which once harvested we'll have more money in, and we can sell more things. So we'll see. Let's fill up with millet. So many things. Right, we'll get that filled up. That was a nice little crop. That was a small field, and we got loads out of it. Which has me tempted to drill small millet in the future. But, which is also why I would like to sell some, or harvest and sell those peas. Because I know that they go for quite well, price-wise as well. So, yeah. Right. We have 5,358 litres of millet in the truck. Never gonna make that turn. There we go. Alright, we'll do a cheeky little time lapse to the sell point. And it seems we've made it all the way down here. It's quite the trek indeed, but we have made it. Right, so we can drop our millet in here and we should get a really nice price for them. Well, it should be just over 17,000 actually. And millet is going in. So I'm very excited for this. The price goes up. We're at, nice, 17,582. Total is 36,808. That's enough. Oh, hello there. Very cheeky. See, this is why I like collecting the collectibles on this map as well, because they're just so small and they're just so random. That one I've never seen it unless I drove around here anyways. That being said, I don't always like to collect them, but I do when I see them sometimes. Little tax break, that's all. That's all it is. Right. Before we crack on, we can have a look now at all this money we have. We have 36,000, so we do have enough. We can afford this field here. And you know what? I think I will. Because my plan for the BGA requires us to pull a loan before actually buying it, which I'd prefer not to do. As I said, that was my justification for it in the first place. But if I don't have to pull a loan, I'd rather not. So we'll head back to the farm here. Very likely I'll buy that pea field, and then we can get it fertilized as well. Alright, well, I have decided to make my way to the pea field because I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. We'll have a little bit of money left, but we'll have a brand new field. We didn't have to drill it or anything like that. I should confirm though that I can drive in the field still. Nice, all tyres and tracks, absolutely fantastic. So just before we do that, we'll very quickly purchase the field for, I believe it was £34,000, but now we have this whole block of fields. I'm very pleased with that. Initially, like I say, I wanted to not do that and buy the BGA and do all that instead, but I'm very pleased that I've made this choice instead. And look at that spread of liquid poop. It is fierce. It is absolutely fierce. I need to remember it actually goes a bit further than the spread initially would have you to believe, so that's good. Right, we are getting this fully fertilized. We will have it 100% fertilized. I don't know when it'll be ready to harvest. I reckon it might be August at the rate that it's growing, which is fine because July will be so busy anyways. I did also want to put a question out. I'm very curious about thoughts on this. So I posted a few days ago the whole welcome to Zielonka. That's the name of the new map for the premium edition, Farming Simulator 22. Now that'll be releasing in November, so from the time that this video is released, well, about a month and a half or so, month and a bit, yeah, over a month and a half. Anyways, November 14th or so is when it's meant to drop. That being said, do you think that we should we take vintage to Zielonka? I was kind of half and half on it, a bit on the fence, so I don't want to drive in my wheat accidentally here. See, yeah, we'll destroy it. Right, we'll go along that edge. Should be fine, unless it's not worth doing. We've got loads of slurry. We'll just go till we're out anyways, it's fine. That being said, so yeah, we do have the new map coming out. It is very appropriate for a potential vintage. So, what do you think? Do you think once the map releases, we should move out to Zielonka from Rogati? The whole point of this whole vintage farming series is to be able to explore many maps. That was my goal of this series from the beginning. Once I realized that I wanted to sort of keep moving maps. Now I know it makes it a bit difficult to sort of settle in to a place if you keep moving every 20 or 15 or so episodes, but I think it's exciting because the thing is we're trying new things. We're basically giving ourselves a miniature challenge in the sense of trying to, I guess, earn as much and do as much as we can in the small amount of time that we have with each map, which is kind of cool. But it doesn't really, yeah. So that's why I wanted to ask. I wanted to see, with the new map coming out, the only way I can see it fitting into the schedule would be to have it as vintage. So, the final official question, what do you think? Should we move to Zielonka? Should we move farm to Zielonka when the map drops? And say farewell to Rogati. I know that we've just literally just got to this wonderful map, and I really do enjoy this map. But what do you think? Do you think we should move over to Zielonka, or should we stay on this map for longer and then switch over? Because I would like to. We'd basically have approximately 15 or so episodes on the Rogatki, vintage farming, because we had 20 in the first map and 15 episodes in the second, and we'll just keep going. We'll just keep going and going. So, what do you reckon? Do you reckon should we consider that? Because then I can start making the right adjustments on this map to move over to there. And yeah, I think that would be a really cool thing to do. Especially since it's a new map. It's a new map, and there's exciting new things on it as well. Maybe not all the kit will be vintage, proper vintage, but I think we can still get away with it. Anyways, that is where we have to leave this episode for today, with our beautiful new, fully fertilized pea field in view. Very pleased I made this purchase, because then we can combine this pea field and the wheat field and make one bigger field of something else. So it's all coming together very nicely indeed. Right, well, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, a cheeky thumbs up really does help out the channel. And if you like what you're watching, please subscribe. Until the next one, please do take care. And bye for now.